when disaster strikes, there's no time to debate the plan of action. As professionals, we've got this. We turn to the training all of us hoped we'd never use, and we do our job, often forgetting about ourselves. On Monday, November 28th, 2016, after 4 months of extreme drought, winds swept in at 100 miles an hour and fires erupted in and around Gatlinburg and Sevierville. When the smoke cleared, 14 lives were lost in the worst wildfire in state history. Families lost their loved ones, their homes, and livelihoods. To help ease the burden of loss and devastation, TEA members came together like they have countless times before, helping their colleagues in East Tennessee rebuild their lives through the TEA Disaster Relief Fund. Now we need your help to rebuild our fund. This is the story of the principals and staff of Pi Beta Phi Elementary School in Gatlinburg and Weirwood Elementary School in Sevierville.
Smoke was coming in the building. Now there's no fires here in downtown Gatlinburg that early in the morning, but the chimneys are on fire. It's just and it's windy. It was like we were in a vortex. The smoke was just coming and pulling into the area. It just looked like a bomb had gone off. We have a crisis management plan that I never really envisioned we'd put in place for an evacuation. But the staff, I cannot sing their praises. We practiced things and it was seamless. From they grabbed their go bags, they were out, we had everybody's name, and we had one bus trying to bus teachers back so they could get their things. But they weren't allowed to go into the school. It was when we left, be sure you get what you can as we're going. Not knowing we're not going to come back. The 2 girls that unfortunately lost their lives in the fire were some of the last 5 students that left. I can still just remember hugging them by, and they're just precious little girls. And I walk into the relief center at Rocky Top. The first person I see is my bus driver, Joel Cox, and I walk over to him and he's just crying, and I'm just right there, and he lost his house. The amazing thing about Joel's story is he saves the school bus rather than his own car. He's telling me how he felt. He's telling me, I saved the bus, I have the bus, and I just can't wait. I'm gonna do my route, and I'm looking at some of my kids that are on my route, and he's just amazing how much he loves the kids. I had to go downtown with police, so I knew the route. I knew everybody's house. I knew everything was gone, and a lot of people didn't know that. There was another child in their family, and the boy in there is just, oh, Miss Woods, this is the best ever. I have a bed and a basketball court. And this boy, because he was homeless and they'd been to a hotel, or at the time they were living in their car. So his eyes see it as, this is the best thing ever. And come here, Miss Woods, let me show you your things. One of the most remarkable things that I'm very proud of is here are students and families that are up at Rocky Top that I recognize. They're helping. They're the ones, my students that speak Spanish are helping translate. My other students are over here helping clean or set up, and I'm just, wow, that's just amazing testimony to the youth of Gatlinburg, I think, and just the families up here. So much sadness and grief on this side. I'm being just lifted up by the grace of God at that time, because it's, look at this love, look at this support. We're here for you. And I literally mean there was no discrimination, there was no bully, there was no hatred, there was none of that. It was just this bubble of love that is so surreal. I think just like the kids and the families, the school's the safe place. It's your, where do you go when you have nowhere else to turn to besides if it's not a church or you don't have a family member. And one of my families that lost everything back here came and said, we are so glad the school did not burn down. If the school would have burned down, that's our life. That's why we're here in Gatlinburg. This sense of my staff is here working, and these 7 people have lost everything, and they're not complaining, and they're amazing, but I know they have nothing. You don't even know your own strength until you've been through something like that. And things that would maybe bother you at certain times will probably never bother you again.
The roof was peeled off. Came in that early that morning, the roof was laid over the side here, it ripped off the back side of the school, was laid completely over the windows, like where it could completely ripped off. All our classrooms here, from about 15 feet back to the end of the wall, was pretty much rain saturated. We had come in and we had to mop, jet vac, clean up, and a lot of our storage closets and things like that were damaged. But also at the same time, not complaining about the rain. I mean, you know, that rain was very thankful for the rain, because if we hadn't got the rain when we did, really worry about the future of Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge. So that rain was a godsend.
At first, you know, it was like we're going back when, and I'm trying to wrap my brain around it, but I do understand even though it was a different normal, it still was that together we're stronger.